What's up, y'all? I'm Ben from Dragon's Bargain, and I just wanted to crack open this box that I just got back from Beckett grading and PSA done through Diamond Elite grading. Shout out to Josh Cade for helping me put all that together. The total was over 150 cards of stuff I was shooting for those 10s, 9s, and 10s, and some alpha, beta, little unlimited here and there, a bunch of dragons because I got quite a dragon's horde in my collection. So just wanted to show these off as I pulled them out. I've got the list already as I saw spoiled myself of what the grades are. So nothing, I think, super outstanding like that. I was no tens. All that to say, no tens. So I'm I'm just managing my expectations there. But it'll be cool to see these in hand at last. After we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 3.5 months for this many cards for turnaround, but I'd say that's pretty good. Like I said, it was 160 to Beckett and like not quite 20 total to PSA. PSA, I was hoping for some qualifiers, some error cards that they would put stamp on. Looks like they just graded them. They got okay grades, things like that. A couple some base set Pokemon. I got a Venusaur pack that came back as an 8, and maybe see, also Josh said that he had to stick it into 2 different boxes. Obviously, this is not 150 slabs, and so we'll just get into it. Just kind of crack them open, show you off what I got here. I'm going to be putting a lot of these on available for sale. I'm in pilot school right now, and do my best to make rent and make my way through each certification. I'm getting close to finished with instrument now, which is basically two of 3 to start making money. But then after that, I go into the instructor course, the CFI, Certified Flight Instructor course. So we're looking at, another 8 months or so before I start time building for the airlines. But this collection, and I've had these, I've had these cards kind of sitting for a while. These near mint cards, the dragons. I got them to play around with. I got them to just kind of add to my dragon collection and see if I can hang on to it before I need to sell things off. But earlier this year or last year, I sold off a bunch of alpha, beta, specifically alpha commons and commons. There are a lot of alpha. I don't know. Collector's edition. I've got a lot of collector's edition and international edition coming. So either in this box, I'm guessing this is going to be PSA. This is probably mostly PSA, because that was the first thing that Josh had on hand, and we waited until I had everything back before I paid, and he shipped it back out to me. So again, thanks to Josh for helping me process this. You called me up and suggested what I do with each set of cards and things. So excited to kind of have a look at it and get back into it, start shelving and transferring these around. Packs. So I had, like I said, that pack. I had there was a pre-release pack that had a pair of dragons in that pre-release prize pack. Both. I'll show it off to you when we get it. We'll see if it's in this box or not. No, I don't want to cut into things if I don't have to. I wonder if these are the packs. It just feels a little bigger. That's internet. Oh yeah, it looks like we'll show that right off at first. These are the packs. Looks like the PSA pack cards and slabs, a bit bigger. I'm actually going to resubmit. I've got a Charizard and a Blastoise basic pack that I thought were heavy. Looks like one other person, some people said it was heavy, some people said, I don't know, probably light. Like, okay, I'm not going to question it. I'll just submit them and get a whole set of base set. So there's that Venusaur. 8. Not bad. It's a nice pack. I've never owned or actually even held a pack. One of these PSA packs. It's pretty nice. It's cool. And actually, those feel more like Beckett. So this, they didn't seal it the same way as Pokemon. Pokemon, apparently they have, I guess they didn't want to affect it quite the same way. So it's not sealed in there the same way. Obviously, it's basically a premium version of a hard case. Also, they just graded an 8. Hard to grade, obviously, but Nicol Bolas front, Niv-Mizzet Reborn back. So double Mythic Dragons sealed. I feel pretty good about that. Like, I would have hoped for like an 8, hoped for like a 9. Even though 10 is probably not even possible with something like this. And, they had to unfold it and all that and then grade it. But I feel like that's pretty cool. And I love that for my Dragon collection. And it is half the thickness. You can see the thickness of these two. Or basically it's just this back half with a cover on it kind of thing. But yeah, I'll probably go get my Charizard and Blastoise graded as well. Got a little bit of heft to these. These are heavy. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. Set that up there. Toss this out too. Okay, here's our box. And a lot of these alphas that have, or a lot of them were alphas. If these are all my PSAs, that had some ink errors. These darkened ink, extra saturation to them that I thought was pretty cool. It was like smoky on the back. That I kind of wanted. I wanted PSA to authenticate. Didn't really care about the grade itself. It was just an authentication for when I sell them as, or market them as misprints. I understand that in those days, looks like, oh, these are Beckett, right? Okay, so these are Beckett. It's going to be a stack of Beckett. So 9.5 nickel, double-sided nickel, the Arisen from M19. I was really excited to see that to add to the dragons. Got a lot of dragons going on here. So this is Ravager from the set itself, and then this is Ravager, the Judge prize. So SDCC promo 9. Let's see, 9.5. I guess I can start looking at my subgrades. See, there are 10s and subgrades and things, but that's a 9, quad 9 plus. But again, the dragons, I just wanted to, 10 on the edges. Nice. Oh, missed that quad though for the corners. But but almost a 10. I mean, that one came close. Obviously, out of the secret layer. The 6th secret layer card. And 9.5 nickel bull. So nickel is probably have the most cards of his out of in my Dragon collection right now. And a lot of Ugins. So quad plus plus in the Ugin as well. Not a mythic edition. So here's a collector's edition, 8.5. Stick my kind of dragons up there. International. This is an international collector's edition. Where just commons and commons. I mean, there are rares as well that'll come up. Foil Kaiga OG 8. 8 plus plus. That's centering. They really like the centering. And then just average corners and surface. I can't complain. I don't know grading all that well. I would have hoped, I guess, for an 8.5 out of that maybe with a 9.5, and then, but what can you do if the corners and surface ain't gonna make it? Let's see, 9.5. Yeah, the corners kind of held this one back. This was close to a 9.5. All it needed was that 9 on the corners, but no luck on Yosei. But Ryusei, again, OGs, corners kind of getting them. So here's an Alpha 8, Disintegrate. Alpha 8.5, 8.5 quad plus for a Stone Giant uncommon. So this box is going to be barely a dent. Barely a dent. That's all right. We'll keep this one short, and then we'll get to round 2 when I get the next box. They were shipped together, so I kind of expected them together, but USPS decided to separate them. So maybe I'll see them after the weekend on Monday. I assume the next one's a pretty big box, though. You can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so 12, another like 10 of these boxes. It's an Alpha Uncommon, Alpha 8.5 Iron Star. 9.5 on the surface. Yeah. Some really nice things here. Some nice subgrades. Fire Breathing. This will go in my Dragon collection. Looks like a non-international edition. Leave that with the Dragons. Blue Elemental Bass Beta. 8.5, 9, 9, 8.5. Yeah, quad plus plus. On the blue Elemental Blast. I think there's a red in here somewhere. It might be an Alpha. Centering corners, 8.5. Yeah, that's pretty generous on the corners on this one. Though Edge has got a 9.5. And then, so I missed a quad on that one. That's all right. Alpha here. Yeah, a lot of these are Alpha. Well, will end up being Alpha once we see more. Burrowing Alpha, 8.5, quad plus. Sliver Queen 9, not a Sliver Queen. Okay, so centering is what kind of held her back from the quad. That's true. I could see that naked eye. And I just figured she had a nice surface. I think felt the surface and edges were good, so shoot for an 8 or 9. And nice. I mean, a classic. Just a classic commander, and put her in a slab. Oh, here's that Underground Sea. Like I said, there's some power. Got a 6, which I was surprised. Got a 5 on the edges. 8.5 on centering. They really like the centering. Yeah, surface got a 6. I mean, based on the condition, I felt like it's a generous I did not expect a 6. But hey, that's the service we paid for. That's what the pros ranked it. Obviously, it's open to interpretation, but I'm happy with it for sure. There's a couple others in here that I was like, and then one more that I was like, okay, what happened there? But happy to get that back authenticated with a decent grade on it. There we go. Okay, so yeah, Manavault 7 quad plus. Got a 7. I think I might have expected this to come back a little better. But hey, what can I do? Like I said, I'll trade it for the Underground Sea, I guess. A 7. 7's perfectly fine. The centering was okay. They gave it a 7.5. Let's see. Yeah, they did give the Underground Sea a much better centering than this. But I knew they weren't perfect. Corners 7. Yeah. Yeah, that's that Alpha Manavault. Conservator, let's see, 8.58. Yeah, so it had an 8 on the centering. They wasn't their favorite centering. 8.5. Alpha 8.5. Again, centering, which is common for Alpha, is my understanding. Hard to print them off centered. There's fire breathing 8.5. And quad plus, and the edge is 9.5. Yeah. And a channel. Shenodin Dryads 8.5. And then the centering is kind of what got her from getting higher. There, set that in the Alpha. That's it for now. That's it for part 1. Excited to be getting into this again. Thanks to Diamond Elite Grading for helping me out put this together and finally commit to grading for the first time and just kind of waiting out the Christmas season, and we got things back. So I'll show off a few more PSA and a lot more Beckett. The PSA, I should note, came back real quick. The PSA, including both the packs came back, I think, a little bit after the main bulk. No, not really. In January. So mid-January versus mid-February on the Beckett. But again, the Beckett order was much larger too. Just for everyone's grading information. Cool. Well, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Everything but the dragons I will be putting up somewhere or another. If you're interested or know someone who might be interested in some slabs or cracking something free, that you do you. Let me know. Anyway, Ben, Dragon's Bargain. You can find me on Facebook. And yeah, feel free to reach out. Have yourself a great day.